टीम 10वीं मैंने वैसे इतने लोगों को एक्साइटेड नहीं देखा है 10वीं की परीक्षा देने के लिए. सच में धूम मचा ले. बहुत आप लोग एक्साइटेड लग रहे हो यार.
We're excited because you're here.
Thank you so much. But you know, welcome and thank you. This is our first online not
offline.
Offline. So used to online interview in what years now?
I'm seeing
Couple
you
of years,
face to face after 4 years
For
an interview.
4 years, and I'm also meeting you after 4 years.
Yes.
I'm meeting you for the first time.
First time, yes.
So cheers to that. And Abhishek, एक बात बताओ, आप मास्टर ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस बन गए हो वैसे इन 2 साल में. गुजराती बोलो, बांग्ला बोलो, अब हरियाणवी.
I know it's getting another journalist pointed this out कि the last 4 films you've done different accents. अभी थक गया हूँ अभी बस.
तो दिमाग में कौन सा एक्सेंट चलता रहता है वैसे?
अभी हिंदी में ही straight.
He's a pan-India
Stop it.
He's a pan-India actor.
He's a pan-India actor. I mean, I'm waiting for him to speak in other languages.
He's also, his next film is a remake of a South film that he's doing.
But वो अभी वो हिंदी में है.
ना वो हिंदी में है लेकिन.
क्या बात है. And let me tell you another thing about him. Yesterday you did break a record of sorts by hosting the screening for 2000 inmates in the jail.
Yes.
आपने एक जमाने में एक और रिकॉर्ड ब्रेक किया था जिसके लिए हम सब पागल हो गए थे. जो आपने 9
मैंने
सिटी
आपको
टूर्स
पागल कर दिया था.
हाँ 9 सिटी टूर कौन करता है एक दिन में यार?
आप और मैं.
9
City tours.
Yeah.
It was
There was a
madness.
world
cities.
record. There was a world
Yeah.
record.
He
in
features in the Guinness Book of World Records. Yeah.
Will Smith.
आपको ये नहीं पता था अपने एक्टर के बारे में?
What? Which film?
Will Smith did for the premiere of iRobot. He did 3 premieres in 3 different cities. I think he did London, Birmingham, Manchester, in 24 hours. And that was I read this somewhere.
Right.
तो मैंने राकेश से कहा हम लोग दिल्ली 6 की प्रमोशन कर रहे थे. मैंने कहा यार इसको तोड़ते हैं. He said चलो तुम करो मैं तो नहीं आने वाला. So although we had the slight convenience of Delhi NCR, उसमें 4-5 निपट गए उसमें. So we did Delhi, Noida, Ghaziabad, Faridabad, Gurgaon,
Yeah. और लखनऊ भी गए थे.
Chandigarh. नहीं, Chandigarh. We were meant to do Ahmedabad, but we had to skip it. Ahmedabad, Jaipur, we skipped and went to Mumbai. So this was done, but in 12 hours.
तो ये 10वीं की परीक्षा में होना चाहिए था.
So we
ऐसा
started,
सवाल.
and there was the Guinness Book representative, or there was a requirement. First of all, you had to carry a live clock with you, which he would make sure nobody touched, and had to be photographed
Right.
with you. You had to walk the red carpet, you had to sign autographs, and you had to start off a screening.
Right.
This was the requirement.
Wow.
So
we
आप रिकॉर्ड
actually did
ब्रेकर के
this.
साथ हैं. So
And
you
these
just-
guys followed me throughout the Delhi
So,
region.
हाँ.
Then I got onto a charter, went to Chandigarh. From Chandigarh, then we were losing time. We wouldn't be back in Mumbai. And although we could have skipped that, lekin what I had done is I had asked the entire Starcast to meet me in Mumbai for the final red carpet. And the rest of them were okay. I could tell them I'm late ho gaya, but Vaidanti was there. So
बहुत
I didn't
घुमाया
want to
था
disrespect
इन्होंने.
that.
तो आप कुछ रिकॉर्ड ब्रेकिंग स्प्री पे है ना?
जी.
Of sorts, लग रहा है मुझे.
I have another record in the Guinness Book of Records.
Oh, which
मेरे
one is
2
that?
record है.
Wow.
Yeah. Which I didn't know, which Balki, I've just finished shooting with Balki. So he told
What
me
is that?
that my father and I are the only father and son who've done a film as a father and son but in reversed roles.
Oh wow.
In Pa,
ये
I
देखो.
played my father's father.
Right.
And no real life father son had
I've
done
never done
that.
that.
तो पता था रिकॉर्ड ब्रेकर है.
ये तभी तो कास्ट किया है.
But you know, honestly, I saw the trailer and I totally loved it.
Thank
I mean, you totally owned
Thank
गुरशरण. आप में ऐसा कोई था जो बाहर निकलना चाह रहा था गुरशरण की जो वाइब?
बहुत है ऐसे. देखिए कहीं ना कहीं आप कोई भी किरदार करें उसमें you invest so much of your personality into it. तो थोड़ा बहुत तो हमेशा वो exchange रहता है. The fun part of this character is I think Tushar just gave him the liberty कि भाई छा जाओ जो करना है करो बस ताओ में रहो तुम. तो सीना तान के वो हर चीज उसकी जो कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल है वो कुछ और ही है. सो हम लोग जब रीडिंग्स भी करते थे, जब हम लोग एक्सेंट की ट्रेनिंग ले रहे थे, सुनीता जी हु वाज आवर डायलेक्ट कोच, उन्होंने कहा कि एकदम इत्मीनान से ही डजंट रश, ही ओन्स द स्पेस. ये सब एटीट्यूड अगर आप रखेंगे ना तो कैरेक्टर ऑटोमेटिकली निकल आएगा. So it was a lot of fun because you just got to let loose.
I could see that.
It was all attitude, and playing a Haryanvi, playing a Jat, it's all about attitude,
The
right?
swag.
हाँ, तो
देसी swag. एकदम वो दिख रहा था.
नहीं, he's nailed it. मतलब इन्होंने फाड़ दिया.
Totally. और इनको देखो, पति को दफा करो, कुर्सी ले लो. What was that like when Vimla came to you?
What was it like?
Like, I mean,
I was afraid he'll change his mind, you know, because I was like, oh my god, they're sure, right? They want me to do this. A part like this has never been offered to me, Pooja. And I have been, you know, short of mannat mangne se, you know, I've been wanting to try something new and different and something exciting.
जी.
I got everything in one package. And it was a no-brainer for me. मैंने script भी नहीं सुनी थी. उन्होंने बस मुझे एक दो लाइंस बोली थी और पैंडेमिक के पहले था ये 2020 में फरवरी में हम लोग मिले थे.
Yeah, Feb March,
something like that. And in the office of the producer नीचे कैफे में मुझे दो लाइनें बताई दी थी कैरेक्टर के बारे में. And I was like, I'm on. When are we starting? So it's honestly the most fun I've ever had playing a part on camera. Like कैमरा पे जो मजे करने हैं ना, उससे ज़्यादा I have never had fun.
वो मुझे ट्रेलर से आप दोनों की वाइब पता चल रही थी. It was like, you know, totally there. Another सवाल related to him. How do you keep up with him? Because इनका जो sense of humor है ना, I always prep कि आज मैं ऐसे सवाल पूछूंगी, witty answer, and I'll have repartees, but I blank out. तो वो कैसे पास करें हम लोग, अगर आप बता सकते हैं?
उसका भी एक रिकॉर्ड होगा जरूर.
उसका
It takes superior talent, Pooja, to be able to manage to keep up with this bundle. So.
No, but I'll be. May I, if I may?
Please.
I have always. I watched a lot of your interviews, but I too feel stumped by his quick-wittedness. Honestly, there is, and you know, we were talking about the Oprah show, and I'm a big fan of this moment where she asks you, or maybe she asks Aishwarya
You live with
about
your
something.
family?
Yeah, you know, there's a question, and your response was so lovely. I was almost short of clapping watching that. And
आपको याद है अपना response वैसे?
Yes, I do. I think she had asked me that, you know, it was a big deal for her.
Yeah.
And later on, Aishwarya told me that the last time she had gone on Oprah had asked the same thing.
Yeah.
She said, you know, I think she said something like, you know, I believe you all still live with your parents. What's that like?
Yeah.
right?
तो मुझे वो समझ में नहीं आया. तो मैंने उनसे पूछा कि do you live with your parents?
She
said no. I said what's
So
that
what's
like?
that like? Yeah, I love that.
I said हम लोग देसी लोग हैं यार.
Yeah.
हम लोग this is हमारी प्रथा है. You know,
That's
this is
our
our
culture,
normal.
yeah.
This is our normal.
Totally.
Yeah, this is our
मैं यही
culture.
कह रही
But then I realized culturally बाहर जो है शायद अमेरिका में वो है नहीं 18 साल पे वो बाहर निकाल देते हैं. हम लोग सब बीवी बच्चे
80
सब
साल
like
तक अपने पेरेंट्स के
yeah, I like that, you know, that whole joint family thing is nice.
Totally. तो अभी फिर 10वीं में वापस आती हूँ.
जी.
आपका ये आइडिया कहाँ से आया था? किसी के बारे में पढ़ा था? Because कुछ मेरे को इनकी जो छवि है,
जी.
मुझे कुछ याद आ रही थी कि होता है, you know, of a couple, political couple. But I know that's not the story.
Right.
But ये 10वीं का आइडिया कहाँ से आया था?
जी, जो हमारे राइटर एंड वन ऑफ द प्रोड्यूसर्स ऑफ द फिल्म संदीप, उन्होंने मुझे वन लाइन सुनाई थी कि एक आदमी हु इज़ अ स्लाइटली ओल्डर मैन, एजेड आदमी है और वो अपनी 10वीं देता है. सो आई एम लाइक, यू नो, आई फेल्ट इंस्टेंटली कनेक्टेड टू इट बिकॉज अ लॉट ऑफ माई फैमिली फ्रॉम माई मदर्स साइड हैपन टू बी टीचर्स, प्रोफेसर्स. माई ओन सिस्टर इज अ प्रिंसिपल. So
Oh really?
oh yeah. She is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She is a principal of Siangad Institute.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So probably the youngest principal.
Wow.
Yeah. So there was an instant connect because it spoke about, you know, I'm like, I would always like see them. Even my mother used to be a professor back in the day.
Oh, wow.
So just around like just after marriage, and you know, and then she quit because Indian values and families.
You were born, you were a handful.
Yeah.
Who
Which
could
I
control
was.
you?
So there was a connect in terms of what the subject was about. तो बस हमने काम करना शुरू किया उस पे, and we started building the characters, and there was a one line. Honestly, there was just a one line. So then we started developing a world, and we wanted to make it even more difficult. You know, like you take this man and put him in a really difficult situation. So ऐसे करते करते characters बने. There were no references as such. There was no sort of research done कि हमें इस character को लेके या इसके ऊपर base करना है, you know. So nothing of that sort, honestly, you know, swear to God, none of those things were even considered while writing it. This is just come up. I think this was not even discussed while we were filming, you know, कि this is based on this. कि या तो जैसे कि अभी you know लोग कह रहे हैं कि
It's just very endearing. I just feel अगर हम बहुत लोगों को educate कर दें कि बहुत कुछ बदल सकता है. मुझे कभी-कभी लगता है कभी-कभी educated people also don't behave the way we want them to. But it's an interesting premise. What made you say yes? Because पहले हम 2 साल में बात कर रहे हैं, आपने तो मुझे बहुत different किरदार दिखा दिए हैं, लूडो से, ब्रीथ से लेके बॉब बिस्वास and बिग बुल. तो ये गुरशरण जी सबसे easy था compared to what you were doing और सबसे ज़्यादा मजा आया?
नहीं, actually हुआ क्या कि जब मैं तुषार से पहली बार मिला, I was coming off a lot of very almost dark, very intense work. और इस खोज में था कि भैया कुछ लाइट हार्टेड मिले मुझे, एंड दिस जस्ट काइंड ऑफ फेल इन माय लैप. और उन्होंने बस दे गिव मी डीनू एंड तुषार मेट मी, दे जस्ट टोल्ड मी, एक ढांचा सुनाया मुझे कि भैया ये एक चीफ मिनिस्टर है, उसे जेल में भेजा जाता है और जेल से वो 10वीं करता है. आई थॉट वाओ व्हाट फन, यू नो. आई मीन इट्स सिमिलर. आई यू नो पूजा take on films very instinctively or emotionally, which is either good or bad. For example, I did Bob because Sujoy's daughter was going to direct it. He said, "Meri beti picture bana." I said, "Okay, I'm doing it." I mean, there's no more question. He said, "Mujhe कहानी तो सुनाने दो." I said, "मुझे नहीं सुननी है." So I did it for that reason. Then he said, "just सुना देता हूँ." I said, "बताओ." He said, "He's a hitman who's lost his memory, and now how his past catches up with him, and he has no idea." I said, "Wow, you know, that's interesting." So you know, I react on a very broad stroke kind of a level. और जब ये सुना है, he said, "Yeah, this is very interesting. He's a chief minister who got sent to jail, and then he does his 10th from there because he's not qualified."
Wow.
So I said, "That's fun." तो मैंने कहा चलो करते हैं.
Awesome.
And then when I read it, I loved it even more.
Awesome.
No, you know, I remember like the first day we met, and we spoke about the film briefly. And in 2 days' time, we went back to give him a narration because he called us and he said, "Can you come and narrate?" I said, "Great."
And I said yes before the interval.
Yeah.
He never completed the narration.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
दोनों में से सबसे ज़्यादा होमवर्क किसने किया था? आप बताओ, प्रिंसिपल साहब.
No. Everybody used to complain.
She knew everybody's lines, everybody's dialogue. She knew.
But
what
her
the
and
scene
Yami
was.
are very
Very
immensely
professional,
well prepared.
very dedicated.
Wow.
Because
Oh my
every evening
God.
after we wrapped, you know, everybody go to the gym or whatever, have their dinner, and then Tushar would call us. We had like in Agra in the hotel, we were staying in a bubble. So the jail was a bubble because, like we say in a light-hearted way, ain't nobody getting out of there. So there was that, and the only time we were exposed to the exterior world was when we used to commute from the hotel to the jail premise, and that too was in our cars and all that. And the hotel was entirely taken over by the unit, so it was our own bio bubble. So we had like on our floor where all the actors were staying, we had
Lounge room.
we had like a lounge. और रोज शाम को डिनर के बाद वहाँ बैठ के हम लोग रिहर्सल्स करते थे अगले दिन के लिए. Both these girls used to come and they used to know my dialogue और मैं रट रहा हूँ कि अरे कल क्या बोलना है यार, अच्छा मैं पढ़ के बता, and they were like हाँ तुम्हारा ये यार. So it was so nice. It was so nice.
I must say, like Nimrit has worked the hardest on
see
this.
that
I must,
transformation also, yeah.
you know,
You've like piled
she
on the
piled.
pounds
Yes,
and
yes, she
looking the,
gained a lot of weight.
कोई था दिमाग में वैसे?
ये थे. ये मेरी दूसरी माँ थी. ये मुझे रोज फोन करते थे, तुम खा रही हो? क्या खा रही? मैं घर से खाना भिजवाऊं? क्या आज घर पे राजमा बने? आज साग बना है?
No wonder the aloo paratha posts used to keep coming up on your feed.
My mother actually froze parathas and sent them by courier, you know.
Yeah, sometimes my mother is also like, I mean, we used to do our readings in office. So my mother stays like next lane, you know. तो वो काफी खाना भेजती थी निमृत के लिए कि.
लगता है आप सबने बहुत मजे किए हैं वैसे और
हमने बहुत मजे किए, बहुत खाना खाया है. Being with Abhishek, like you have to, you know, who's a foodie and he loves food. I love food. We made sure Nimrit loves food, you know.
Yeah. May I just say one thing? Abhishek is extremely gracious and very, I think, humble about, you know, letting us take the forefront with preparation and what we brought.
नहीं ऐसी कोई
No,
बात नहीं. No, picture भी release पे है ना, so you all should be in the foreground. कुछ भी brick bats है इनको पहले. मैंने कुछ नहीं किया. इनकी गलती है.
Also the fact he's been surrounded by very strong women, he has no choice.
No, he's been very kind. I think what's most important, although Pooja, is that my humble personal opinion, preparation's one thing, वो घर पे रहनी चाहिए. जब वो दिखे ना, वो it becomes very irritating. And the most important thing when you're on set with the director and your co-actors is the ease you have and the environment which makes you feel safe and loved and encouragaged.
I totally get that.
No amount of anything bringing you up to that moment can do anything for you.
Absolutely.
And his presence on stage, I'm saying, sorry, you know, his presence on screen, just the way he just eased the environment up, you know, you're making sure you're comfortable, you know, making sure that Tushar gets what he wants. It's just been so inspiring as a working environment ethic. Really, I really mean
Yeah,
that.
no, it was
Really,
great
it's-
collaborating with Abhishek.
Absolutely.
Honestly,
बोलते
he's-
जाओ कोई बात नहीं.
It's
like,
no, we should go through the roof then. Really, honestly.
Thank you.
और एक और चीज आपके बारे में 2 साल में you've been owning the streaming space जैसे कहते
Yes.
हैं.
They call me na OTT का बच्चन.
yeah.
OTT का बच्चन.
I didn't know.
He did say that to me. He said,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I am the Bachchan of it.
They say ना फिल्म इंडस्ट्री का बच्चन मैं OTT का बच्चन.
OTT का बच्चन. Oh, I mean मैं तो बोल रही थी शहंशाह, but I mean talking about being generous. Your father has been extremely generous, yeah.
Yes.
ये पिक्चर का देखकर.
Yes, and that's now I'm panicking now because now the film has to live up to all of that. He's so excited about it. He's so excited, and he's on some India yatra right now because he's shooting. He was shooting in Lucknow, now he's in Rishikesh, and he's coming to Delhi next week. And he's all over, and he's like, when can I see the film? And this, and I want to show my unit. And he's taken on the mantle of being the PRO of the film, I think.
I
So
mean,
he's so
The
excited.
greatest PRO
I
in
can't
the
believe
history of
He's very
PROs, right?
collected with his praise. I said, बच्चन साहब को क्या हो गया यहाँ पर तो I mean,
Yeah,
that
he's very reserved with it because he shies away from it. I asked him once that he's renowned that if he's really likes somebody's work, he sends them a handwritten note and flowers.
आपको आते हैं वैसे घर पे क्या नहीं?
नहीं. I got, I think very early on he sent me, I think just out of Taras Khaki Chalo. But
What film was this for?
he had sent me for Tera Jadoo Chal Gaya. I think, but that was more like a
कितने
I'm with
साल
you.
हो गए?
हाँ
हाँ,
जी,
20
I'm with
साल,
you.
10
I'm
साल.
supporting you. Don't worry. तुम पिटने वाले हो लेकिन मैं हूँ. I think it was more that. I think the last time he sent me a note was for Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna.
Wow.
He had loved Guru, but he didn't write anything, but he was very, very emotional, and that's one of the greatest moments of my life was the screening of Guru after he came out, and he just walked straight away out, and Mani panicked because he's like, oh my God, Mr. Bachchan
What just happened?
He's just walked out. And only when I reached home did I realize, that he was so overcome with emotion that. And then it was an amazing moment just to go and hug him and just receive that
Wow.
those 2 words that he just
Awesome.
used. And now to hear this, and now you get panicky because now we have to show him the film,
Totally.
and he's based all of this just on the trailer.
Yes.
So I keep telling him Shah's dialogue ki picture abhi baki hai aap zara. So he's very excited. So I'm not panicking. I mean, Mom saw it last night.
Board exam का result आ रहा है, पर literally.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah.
literally. So I was nervous because Ma saw it last night with some of her
did she say?
colleagues. She showed it to a lot of her colleagues from the upper house and the lower house.
Yes.
And she had a reaction, so I'll take that as a positive. My mom.
She's
my
also
mom,
very tough to please.
No, yeah, she's very honest. But with me, because I'm her son, and there's that whole Maki Mamta vibe going on. If she doesn't like my work, she doesn't say anything. So she said, "Nahi main bolunga nahi." He said, "Ah." So she actually said a few words. So I think that's a very, very good sign.
जाते जाते मुझे बताएं कि परीक्षा सब दे रहे हैं, आप दोनों से पूछना चाहते हैं ऐसा ये 3 शब्द जो आप एलिमिनेट करना चाहते हैं डिक्शनरी से, सिनेमा हिंदी फिल्म की डिक्शनरी से, जो आपसे लोग कहते हैं वो 3 शब्द
Well,
क्या
we
होंगे?
just discussed this. The
हाँ
first
जी.
and foremost would be Bollywood.
जी.
Oh yes, that was gonna.
मुझे ये बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं है, लेकिन अभी it's part of the dictionary, so I guess it's being used. लेकिन I think we have our own identity with the Indian film industry.
Yes.
लेकिन अभी सब लोग ये शब्द यूज़ करते हैं, but I wish they wouldn't. क्योंकि जैसे मैंने आपको समझाया था कि इसकी शुरुआत कैसे हुई थी, we should understand that. It was coined as a derogatory term.
जी.
That's why I have a problem with it. और हमारी खुद की आइडेंटिटी है with the largest film industry in the world.
एक पैन इंडिया आपको पसंद नहीं है
100%.
तो दूसरा को
नहीं ये पैन इंडिया मुझे समझ में नहीं आया आजकल it's like I said it's entered the lexicon of Indian films because pan India picture है pan India picture क्या है भाई
Yeah, what does that mean?
पूरी इंडिया में दिखाई जाएगी
we make a film for everybody यार
हम तो पूरे देश के लिए बनाते हैं.
टोटली.
Correct.
और आप बताएं
Bollywood was going to be mine as well.
ये
Yeah, मेरा मुझे भी
women
बहुत
centric feminist ये सब नहीं.
कुछ वर्ड्स हैं which are used a lot. जैसे कि एक मुझे मैं खुद भी यूज़ करती हूँ तो मैं I won't want to take it away from myself but मुझे ऑर्गेनिक से थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम होनी शुरू हुई. हर चीज़ खाना भी ऑर्गेनिक है, परफॉर्मेंस भी ऑर्गेनिक है, ऑर्गेनिक दिस इज़ अ वर्ड दैट्स यूज्ड अ लॉट.
और सबसे घिसा पिटा शब्द कौन सा है अंग्रेजी का जो आपको समझ नहीं आता ये यूज क्यों होता है?
Tantrums I don't like. Can I just say that
Why
actors throw tantrums? I find that very
And Bollywood
irritating.
diva. I don't like Bollywood diva.
Yeah.
I don't like this
These are-
prankster thing जहाँ भी जाओ आप बड़े prankster हैं
Must have been, but he must have been for sure. He was a very good boy on.
No, I'm not a
That's why I asked
prankster.
you all.
You should work
He'll-
with
he'll
Sunil
just-
Shetty and Ajay Devgan to know what pranksters are.
He's a lot of fun. I don't know. He didn't play any pranks. He was a lot of fun.
I don't play pranks.
I need someone to tell me how to tackle and give back a repartee to his witty answers.
It's not possible.
Chalo, not in this lifetime.
Agreed.
Not in this lifetime. Chalo. मैं 10वीं fail on that note. But anyways, lovely chatting with you all.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to the film.
Thank you.
All
I
the
hope
very
you like
best.
it.
Thank
Thank you.
I will like it. I just hope it lives up to
Yes.
Senior Bachchan's
Yes, me too.
expectations.
Fingers
Thank
crossed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Pooja. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
Lovely
very
chatting
much.
with you.
Thank you.
Same here. Thank